Okay, and it looks like we are live. So welcome everyone who's here. We appreciate you being here. You may be someone who's already on our team. You may be a guest that was invited from someone that either is on the panel with us or someone that's on the team. And we're glad to have you here. Tonight we're going to talk about the blog beast. What the heck is the blog beast? We're hearing all this noise and everyone's posting pictures and changing their Facebook timeline cover and their Facebook icon picture and all that stuff. And you may be wondering what the heck is it, and you may have not gotten
like we are live.
Oh, actually, it looks like I hear my voice again in the background. Give me 1 second so I can pause this.
Already on our team. You may be a guest.
There we go. I just love to hear my own voice when I start. It's just a habit. I think that happened last Hangout too. You know what I do? I keep the page open so that I can make sure that it's actually live and make sure everything's working correctly. So evidently we know it's working. But anyway, folks, so you may be here wondering, what the heck is the blog beast? Or you might have some idea of it, because there have been some whispers about it and people talking about what it is. And well, point is tonight we're going to break it down and we're going to give you as much detail as we can without letting the whole cat out of the bag. But you're going to have enough information tonight to make a decision. It may be a new decision that you're making, because you might have saw Empower Network in the past. You might have saw it recently. And you just may have been on the fence. You may have just been thinking, I should get started, but I'm not sure if I should. And there may have been a couple of reasons that held you back from really taking action and making a decision to join. You'll notice underneath the video, there's a button there. It says Register Now, Join the Ambitious Team. So as you click that, it'll open in a new window, and then you fill that out, and that'll actually be the first start to becoming a member on the team and becoming a part of Empower Network and Team Ambitious. So you certainly want to do that. You can do that at any point of the Hangout. It won't stop you from hearing what we're saying. So with that being said, we have some great panelists here, as we always do, here with us, and we're each going to share with you a little bit about our story and really what we think about the blog beast. What is the big deal about this thing, and why is it so exciting, and so many people are making so much noise. So I'll kick it off. If you don't know me already, and Google Plus is so awesomely helpful, they actually show the names, so you'll see there. My name is Robert Mercado, and I literally started online less than 2 years ago, and I worked at a diner almost all day, almost every single day. Actually, if there was 8 days to the week, I'd probably work that much. But I noticed there was a pattern. I noticed a pattern that I was working every week, making money on a daily basis, but literally at the end of the week, when I had to pay things, or at the end of the month, it was always falling short. Even though I made a couple $100 a day, it would not amount to how much I needed for my expenses and everything else. So with that being in mind, and that living through that, I had to find another way. I knew there was another way. I just didn't know how. I used to drive like a '98 Ford Explorer, and it was an old car, but it did the job. I used it to deliver, from spot to, A to B, got me to A to B. Sometimes didn't get me back to A, but that's okay. And really quick, the muffler, some of you guys may know, but the muffler was so loud, literally. If you heard the muffler, you would automatically, whether you knew me or not, you were a stranger on the street, you would say, sir, you need to get that changed right away, because the noise was that bad. But I found advantages in it. It actually made my job a little easier. People would know I'm coming before I got to the door, so they literally would have the door open, money ready, I have the food for them, and see you later and have a great day. So it made things a lot easier for me. But why I bring that up is because I knew there was a better and easier way to live life, and not have to sweat every day or every week or every month to just get everything paid. It came to a point where I literally came home from work one day and I saw a sign on my door, and again, I lived in a basement apartment from a restaurant, different from the one I worked at, but it was literally like a 15 by 15 space, and there was a note on my door one day where it said, hey Robert, because I kind of knew the guy. He was my landlord. Not only that, he's the owner of the restaurant. So he says, hey Robert, it's been 3-4 months, and you haven't paid. You need to pack up and leave. And that was pretty much the point in my life where I knew that I could have actually went down the path of, okay, I give up, this stinks, and I'm never trying to amount to anything in my life, and whatever I'm doing is not working. And even though some of that was true, I chose the path of, okay, you know what? I'm going to take responsibility for this day and getting myself into this position, and I'm going to use that same energy to get me out of it. So what I did is I was literally, technically, if you want to say it, between the time of that day and staying at another place, I was homeless, literally. I mean, I never really thought about it because I have someone, my wife, who actually provided the place for me to stay. I didn't really tell her up front. I was kind of telling her that I'm looking for a better place. I'm looking for a bigger place. So I really didn't tell her that I literally lost my apartment or my. Yeah, it was just an embarrassing moment, and I'm sure you guys can relate, and you know how I feel. And at that point, Allie and I were just getting close. She literally was someone that I delivered food to. She worked across the street at from the diner, and I delivered food to her, and that's how her and I met. So we started connecting and getting closer. And then once that happened, I asked her, hey, do you mind if I, I think it was in a conversation that I was having with one of my cousin's friends, and I said, oh yeah, I'm not living there anymore. I'm looking for a bigger place, a better place, and I really don't have an option anywhere to stay right now. I think I kind of played it off like that a little bit, and then she heard, and later when we left my cousin's house, she said, Robert, why don't you just stay with me if you like, that's okay. So then I started living with her, and thank God for that. You know what I mean? We don't always have opportunities like that when we're in our rock bottom, but I definitely appreciate that. And from there on in, I mean, I started looking for work from home, came across the Empower Network right off the start pretty much, and I'm glad I did, because if you're watching this right now, you might be in a deal right now. You might have tried 2, 3, 4, 5 deals, and you may have not had the success that you were looking for. And I truly can say with conviction in my eyes and voice is that if you decide to join now, with Empower Network, you're going to see results that you probably would have never imagined would have happened before. I mean, I've experienced days where I've made $10,000. I've experienced months well over $20,000, and I share that with you not to impress you, but really just to impress upon you and share with you what's possible. I've always learned that I've always thought $10,000 a month, that's like so out there. That's impossible. Only doctors or lawyers make that. But the truth of the matter is that if you have a good heart and you put your skills or even your heart and your good intentions in the right place, you'll make things happen. You'll make things happen that you've never believed were possible before. So I'm encouraging you right now to just click the button below. Get started with us. Join the team. You're going to hear from some of the other panelists here how they've pretty much went their experience thus far, and we're super, super excited about what's to come. I mean, now I live in 3,000 square foot house or something like that, and we have a nice pool. We have just a different lifestyle. We're here in Florida now. My wife and I, we have 3 dogs, and it's just a different lifestyle when you are living on your agenda and not someone else's. And being able to do things when you want, not really basing it on, I have to call in, I have to ask the boss, or, can this happen? Can I take off one day? I've known people who, even myself, when I was working, had to work during my birthday. I mean, truth be told, I mean, out of all days, you should at least have your birthday off, but there were times that wasn't even an option. So now life is so much different, and why I share that with you is because we're showing you how you can make that possible for yourself as well. Whether you feel like you can do it or you can't, just borrow our confidence and make it happen. This blog beast that's coming out, it's going to be pretty epic. I mean, it launches on October 11th, and it's going to be pretty awesome. Actually, yeah, October 11th. It's sooner than we think, about 2 weeks from now. And why I share that with you is, one, it's going to be huge. It's pretty much bringing your whole business, everything that we do, to mobile, and you're going to be able to do everything right from the phone. I mean, literally, you can be out and about, looking at your phone, posting a piece of content or a blog, hit a few, one button actually, and it's right on your blog. It's right on your, and it's amazing the other features that they're going to have. You can literally have unlimited domains, more or less. You can now fully customize, which you always were able to, but now it's just so much more options with the new platform, is that you can literally, if you didn't know this, you can fully customize the Empower blog to be just about you. It could be all about your business. If you own a jewelry shop or, you know, an animal shelter, or whatever it is, anything that you do, your business, bodybuilding, health, whatever, you can fully customize your blog to be only about that. And it doesn't have to say anything about Empower Network if you wanted to. You could fully customize it. So it's pretty awesome how it's easy now, but they're making it so much more easier for us to make money, for us to put out content. It's going to be amazing. And the reason why I share that with you also is because you might think, well, Robert, okay, that sounds great, but how much more is this going to cost me? I knew it was $25 to get started with Empower, but how much is it now? And the truth be told is that if you get started before that date and you're a member, it's still going to be only the $25. So, you know, just hearing that right now, if that helped you to make a decision and click the button below and get registered, awesome. You know, welcome to the team. I don't know if they're going to keep it at that same price afterwards, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was increased, only because of the millions of dollars they invested into this platform. So it's pretty awesome, pretty exciting. Glad to be a part of it. Glad to have freaking awesome, you know, panelists that we have here tonight with us, and you're going to hear from each of them. And I'm also glad to have such an awesome team. I'll tell you the truth. You only attract who you are, not who you want. And I just, you know, always remind myself and say, Robert, it's great that you're working on yourself. It's great that you're listening to audio daily. It's great that you're reading daily. It's great that you're doing these things because it's helping you to attract better people. And when I look in our Facebook group that you'll have access to once you become a member with our team, amongst our team training site and a whole bunch of other resources, I see such happiness in the group. I truly do. I see people, other than myself, welcoming other members. You know, Yelena just had someone who just came on board, you know, and she's bringing members, you know, back to back on board. Why? Because she believes in what she does, and I'll let her share her story. But it's so cool to see the engagement when she and Sheila and Tyler welcome people in the group, and everyone's like, welcome, welcome. I mean, it just feels good to be a part of something where other people are supporting you. You know, a lot of times we start something and we're the only ones that started it, right? We're by ourselves. We're like, shit, I hope this works. You know, and then we have all the friends and relatives that are like, don't do that. You know, that's a waste of time. And what are you doing? Get a real job. And we hear all these things because, see, the results that we bring to the table and that we have are not typical. See, I mentioned money that I made earlier, and we'll mention money throughout this hangout because truth is, it's not the money we do this for, and we make a lot of it. It's what money can do for us. You know, it's really allowing us to, you know, not have to work that job if we choose not to. Or if you have a spouse that works 2-3 jobs and you want more time with them in the house, well, then that's why you may be doing this. You may be doing this to help them out of that second or third job. You know, but anyway, with that being said, I mean, those people don't understand what we do. That's all it is. I always say that. I mean, there's some relatives that I have that I literally have to love from a distance, like, you know, hey, I love you, you know, great to talk to you, and that's about it. But why I bring that up is because you want to be around people who are encouraging you with what you do. See, this is not typical folks making $10,000 a month online, $20,000. So most people, when they hear that, they automatically associate that with it can't be real. That's not the truth. And bottom line is that even things that sound too good to be true does not mean they're not true. It just means we may not understand it yet, or we may not be familiar with it. So if you have anyone, family, relatives, friends that may not be giving you the best advice or supporting you, just know you're not alone. Just know you're not alone. We're with you, and we support you 100%, and they'll understand when you start, you know, having results and you start, you know, having success. I have people on the team that are just changing how they are as a person, you know, by self-developing, you know, growing more as a person, and people around them are seeing that difference. So I consider that bringing results into your life as well. It's not just earning more income, which you will do if you follow our steps, if you follow our guidance. And quick income disclosure, there's one on the bottom of the page, but listen, guys, what you put into something is what you get out of it. My wife the other day, she told me, you know what? Life isn't guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. But you know what? I'd rather be a part of something where my results can be higher than where I currently am, whether or not they're guaranteed. So what I'm sharing with you right now is that, you know, those are not typical results, having $10,000 months like myself and Miller and some of the other leaders on the team. you know, or having more than that, you know, or having, you know, results that most people will feel like, how the heck did you get that done? What I'm sharing with you is that they're not typical, but neither are we. We're not typical. So what you put into this is what you'll get out of it. If you're somebody who wants to win big and you have a strong why, then you're going to just apply that into your work, and it's going to result into results. It's going to result into you doing really well, into you being on the leaderboard, and things happening in your life that you might have not believed were possible before. So go to our income disclosure on the bottom. You'll be pretty fascinated with it. It's pretty awesome. But without further ado, I want to hear from our other panelists here. We have awesome people here. So Yelena, we'll start with you. We were joking in the beginning. Yelena and I actually have the same color shirts, more or less, and we have the same, if you see our name, we both like the color red as well. So we were like, man, we were right by, you know, we were side by side right here, but then Tyler jumped in and he kind of squeezed us out of the way. But I thought that was so cool. But Yelena, thanks so much for everything you do. I just want to congratulate you for the new member you brought on board. I think that's huge, because a lot of times we don't celebrate the little successes that we have, but it's truly the little successes that create more of that. So I'm so excited to have you on board. Love everything that you bring to the table, and inspire so many other people. That's why, you know, whatever topic we are on at any hangout, I'm just like, Yelena, we need you on. So thanks so much, Yelena. Love to hear from you, and please share with us what you feel about the Blog Beast. Are you excited about it? What do you think other people should be excited about? And share your story, please.
Well, thank you, Robert. Well, for me, it's a little bit different than for most of you people here. You guys plan to be marketers. You know, you're thinking about changing your lives. For me, life was a survival when I moved to United States, because I had to start from scratch. Everything, including language, place to live. I had $300 in my pocket when I moved here. So for me, it was like 3 jobs. And you know, today it was funny. I was looking, kind of looking for some pictures, you know, Google Images, and I came across the images of those little cubicles when people sitting in them. And you know, it's kind of scared me, because I remember myself sitting in one of those cubicles, working 12, 14 hours a day, trying to make overtime just to support myself, making back then, you know, $20,000 a year, which for me, it was, my goodness, for me it was great, because I was so poor. And back in 2007, when I started to think about, really, I started getting, you know, like a sense of start learning language, and I started thinking about is, why do I even live? For what? To work day and night, come home, missing time with my family, and it was scary, you know? Sometimes it hits you. It's really have to hit you when you really think about what is the purpose of you to be on this earth. Is it the purpose for you to work? Is it the purpose for you to try to help somebody else? Is it what is life about for you? When you decide what is it's for you, then you will make a change. It will never happen until you're ready. And you only will be ready when you really want to be in charge of your life. Not wait for somebody giving you increase, for somebody gives you a little bit step up or step down, somebody yell at you. Think about how often when you're going to work, you don't want to get up with alarm, okay? You don't want to drive. You don't want to be there, period, because you know that it's not what you want to do in your life. And you know, when I start traveling, and I was thinking, okay, I'm originally from Russia, and I start thinking about those people back where I lived for so many years, and you know, it kind of hurts me. And I'm excited because right now I work with them. I teach them in my native language to succeed. Without probably me speaking their language, they would never will be able to learn. They don't understand English, and all the training, lots of training that we have, we're so lucky to have in English, it's unavailable for them. It is. It's very expensive. So for you to get into the team that's willing to share with you so many resources for free. I spent $10,000 this summer to take just classes, kind of get a little bit more knowledge from people who makes more money than I do. and see, get in the groove with them, see what they do, what I can pass along to my team. You don't have to do it. We give it to you. We give you all the support. But if you would not start, it will never happen. You know, some of you probably know what the heck we're talking about blogging. What is this about? How I can promote my business or whatever I'm in with a blogging. I hate writing. You know, a lot of people, when they think about blogging, say, oh my goodness, not another class where I don't like that. Language arts, I don't want to go there. I never liked to write. I was always having the bad grades. You don't really have to be scared of this. You know, you can create the content in what you already know. You'll grown-ups. You'll have the knowledge of certain subject. But you know what? And you know how I started? That's not my English, not my native language. And the way I started, I just started. Think about, if you want to go somewhere, if you're sitting right now on your driveway, or you're sitting and start a computer, and you're trying to get to a destination, you can't do it. You have to back up, you have to take action, you have to go, you have to do those things. This is how you get started. If you'll be sitting right now just listening to us, it will never happen. Oh, I'll do it someday, okay? Okay. You know, or you think right now, okay, yes, I'm going to sign up, and then you'll come to our team, and then you start, oh, I'm fired up, I can do it, I can promote my business, everything is awesome. You know, I will be blogging for the next 14 days, and then I'm going to stop for a couple of months. Don't try it. It will not work, okay? You really have to be consistent. You really have to be ahead of the game. You really need to build your daily routine. You know, you need to know where you want to go. Otherwise, you'll get lost. And this is why we have a team. Because we've been there. We know how hard to start. And for $25 to start, let me tell you, the classes that, the groups that I was taking, the classes, the average, the cheapest one was $200 a month. Okay, and we're not talking about the amount that money right now. We're talking about the tremendous amount of support. There's very hard to be lonely, very hard. And internet marketing is kind of very interesting creature. People usually don't like to share how they make money. It doesn't matter to us. We love to share. This is why when you see this team, we're so excited to get new people in. We're so supportive. We're giving everything we have. Robert has great, resources. I have tons of them back from 2007, and trust me, there's not much change. Just a few little tools, and we're willing to, share with you. You got to think about where you want to be in a year from now. If you really want to spend time with your family, if you really want to enjoy your life, or you want to be where you're at, and maybe this is not the right place for you. Because we're really pushing. We're really pushing here. We're looking at you and say, hey, did you blog today? What did you do for your customers? What did you do for your prospect? What you're talking about? Oh, I'm not good at writing. Think about, if you look at your bookshelves or even on the internet or any training you've taken, here's a subject for your blog post. Just think about what value you're trying to provide, what you're trying to give it to your people. If you're good at sports, for example, I loved cycling. I was cycling all my life. I love speed skating. And if I'm writing a blog, I'm not going to write, I'll teach you ride a bike, while you're watching my video. I will share with them how I travel. I was taking 13, 14 years old kids back in Russia, and we're going from Moscow to the Black Sea. It's a 7-day trip. We're doing about 180 miles a day, and this is how you write. You bring passion, you bring what you like, What do you like in this life? What you can share with people. All of you, and I don't believe in anyone that they don't have value. Everybody knows something. You just have to dig in deeper and think about it and be willing to share. Because if you don't share, it will be very hard for you, because people will come to your blog, they'll come, okay, that person is writing good, but what is for me? Yeah, I heard that before, but how I can get results? You know, what you need to do right now, you need to stop looking. Stop looking at the other people, and you just need to start getting results, start moving. You know, just start getting something. The most people are struggle, you know, with a lot of, you know, changing their lives because it's scary. It is scary. It's not like for you right now, we tell you quit your job. No, we're just trying to help you out and try it. What do you have to lose? You will try, you will see, you like it if it's you. Because a lot of people, when they come there to the team, they think about, okay, blogging, but how I can make money with this? Yes, you can, and we'll show you exactly how to do it. You don't have to be trying to invent the wheel that already been invented many, many years ago. We're here for you to support. We're here for you just to eliminate that anxiety when you start to build your new business. It is scary. Don't you think that for me, it wasn't scary to try to move to a different subject? And you know, I stuck like this. I got stuck going to work every day, getting a couple of jobs, you know, and spending weekends. And you know, it's kind of sick. It is sick because you spend your life on trying to get somewhere in your mind only, but you're going nowhere. You spin your wheels. And here we for you, help you out, share with you. There's no teams around the online, and I can guarantee you, because for the last about 6 months, I was really looking for some teams to join that's so open for you, willing to share everything that we spend tons of money on. We are willing to give you everything that we have, everything possible. You just need to, what you need just to do, just get in, get started. You can bring your cat with you too. That will be a great subject to talk about. You know, I love animals. I really
you can blog about cats.
Yeah, if you love it. This is what my, right now, I love animals. I really do. I have tons of pictures of this. And you can, if you own, you know, if you have animals, there's a lot of people looking for information. If you just go to Google right now and type information, you know, how to feed my cat right, there's so many blogs or posts come up, but those people don't follow. They don't follow through. If you know that you're passionate about, why not to help? Like, I love to help people. I really do, and what I'm trying right now, I have a blog that I started working on, getting kids to get the kid a bike, that they can go to school, not to walk. Because like where I live, it's a rural, it's 2 miles. 2 miles walking for little kids is too much, and not people cannot afford bikes. Even $100 for a lot of people struggle. They have to choose buy food for the family or just, you know, get something. I'm sure it's a lot of stuff in your heart that you would love to. Just dig in, just sit down and think about what is important in your life. What do you want from this life? Do you want to be where you're at? And when you will be in the time when you are ready to retire, you cannot afford it? How about to try? Link below will bring you to sign-in page. You will see us all here. We're all real. We're here to help. We're not hiding from you. You can find everything about us. We're here for you. And this is what sometimes when people come to online, they're thinking, oh, that person, they'll get my money and they're gone. It's not with us. We're here. Always reachable. Always for you. And we're not, trust me, we're not going anywhere. Okay? Because we know that work. We know we're changing people's lives. And we're here to stay. We're here to help you out, to be the one, our next success story, that one that will be sitting in a panel sharing with us how this today hangout changed your life, and say thank you to Robert, thank you to everybody, Tyler, Shayla, anybody who here in leadership right now trying to get you off your butt and start moving. Take action. That's all what we're asking you. Please get in. Start working. You don't even have to right now, just a couple of clicks and you are in. And we're here for you to serve you. We're not here to get your money. We're here to serve. It really doesn't matter if you guys will get in, anybody, but we would love to help you with us. You know, we are here to succeed. We have a big team to work on. And, you know, there's so much stuff. I was talking to let me just go back to, I was talking to one person, and he's from Philippines. And we're talking with him, we're talking about his country, I was talking about my country, how, you know, hard for those people, you know, to get in. I told him, hey, you know what, they can start blogging. I said, Yelena, you don't understand. Those people don't even have internet. In order for them to go, they have to go to the cafe and pay for the internet. But he said, you know what I'm going to do for them? I'm going to be blogging. I will be doing for them. And then when I have money, I'll just send it to them. I'll help them out. And, you know, it's made me feel kind of, you know, sad and proud of him, because a person think about other people, you know, and he's willing to do it for them, to help them out. I bet if you think right now who in your life, somebody who struggles right now, somebody who you really can help, and if you're not helping them out, you're really selfish. You are selfish. You have such a great opportunity. And I know all of you have a good heart. You just sometimes we get a little bit hard in our heart because there's so much stuff going on in our life. We don't have time to think about other people. But if you let it go right now and sit down and write a list who might benefit from what we're talking about, you'll be surprised how many people you can help. How many people you can change your life, and then you'll be proud. You'll be proud of it. You'll be hanging out with us. You'll be bringing those people in. And a lot of people, you know, they're lonely. They are lonely. They want to do something, but they don't know what. And it's actually not really cool if you withheld that information from them after you hang out. If you would not share that you can change their life and you didn't do it, it's not really cool. Try to do something for somebody, even one person a day that you can change their life. Don't it make you feel so good? It doesn't matter. Like animal shelters, you know that they struggle. I went this summer to Europe, and we went with my daughters in Europe. I spent all summer there. We were riding the bikes, and she took me to the animal shelter. You know, just walk the dogs. This is what a lot of people do. And I asked them, do you guys have a website? And they said, no, we don't. And, you know, I was there. I said, hey, you know what, let's start blogging. And one day we came, like they sent us email, and they said, hey, guys, come on over this Saturday. So what happened? We went there because I put a few blogs. It was in Germany, in German language. Well, I had to use my daughter's, you know, skills. And we put a few blogging posts, and we put around they had 150 people there. They would do it, and those people came. They brought the food. They brought all this stuff, and so many adoptions happened that next Sunday we came, there was no animals in shelter. People were coming from different small towns in Germany. It's in Bavaria. They were coming, and they didn't even know about this shelter. They would have taken those animals a long time ago. Think about, I'm talking about animals, but think about people now. How many people right now that listening and not taking actions when they can? If you can afford $25, I think that you just have to do it now. Don't let it do it until tomorrow. Don't. Because what would happen, you wake up in the morning and darn it, I'll do it next day. Or I'll do it all day, and it will never happen. It will never happen because you don't take action today. Someday you have to really do it. Remember teaching your kids, okay, you have to do your homework today, not tomorrow. You have to pick up your stuff today, not tomorrow. What happened if you let the kids let the pile of clothes sit until God knows when? Okay, what would happen? Then you'll get mad that they didn't do it, and see, everything is, there's nothing changed. It's still there. You still have to do it. Maybe 10 years from now, you'll be looking at us, you know, and say, why the heck I didn't do it? This is what happened with a lot of people. When people don't take action right on the spot, when their heart telling them to do it, and they're trying to procrastinate, it's not working. This is your life. You really have to live it. You have to live life. You deserve not to exist. You deserve to give your family the best. Give your kids the best. Spend time with the kids. Spend time not when you're ready to retire or you're 60 years old. Who knows when the God will take us? You never know. Live it like it's only today for you. Start today. And there's so much support for you that you will never regret you joined the team. You will gain so many friends that you never even thought that you might have. And look at us. You know, we're all happy because we're here all together. We're enjoying it. We enjoy and see each other. We never met. You guys would be surprised, but we never met in person. Well, I met with Robert, but with other people, we never met. And if I wouldn't start, what would have happened? I would never end up having such a great time and think about next day when I can help other people, another person, one person at a time. One person would change your life. You'll become a better person because you're here not for yourself, you're here for them. You're here for your family. You're here for everybody. Some of you going to church. You guys helping out people there. You're going to houses. You're helping out. Why not to reach out right now to yourself, help yourself out, and then help other people out? All right, now Tyler, all yours. You're in the red shirt. Now it's your turn.
I think Sheila's next, actually.
Okay, I'll give Sheila. Okay, yeah. It's only woman's shirt. Okay. But yeah.
we all want to spill the beans. We all want to share our hearts, right? Well, I really want to quick, if that's okay. I want to share, just piggyback really quick before Sheila comes out. Yelena, you brought up a lot of great points. Blogging is very powerful. It truly is. I mean, there's people on the team that have gotten in contact with relatives of theirs that they never knew was a relative of theirs. Got in contact with a brother that was long lost brother, and they got connected because of a blog. I thought that was powerful how you said because of, so many people that have a business or they do something and they don't utilize the internet, and then so much more results come their way, like the animal shelter you spoke about. I think that's so cool how it has such a, big influence, big impact on, I mean, that's what we look forward to, the shelter, like you going to a shelter and seeing it empty. You really don't want to see any animals there. And I know our animals were all from, shelters because you're saving animals pretty much. And that's the best way to do it. So I think that's so powerful, though. Just a blog, just a post, just putting up some content. And you also said, helping other people. It's so powerful that, you see, when you live life that it's not only for you, it's not only for yourself, you live a different life. It's for other people, too. It's like, see, like Sheila, she's bringing people on board as well. I mean, she's literally back to back, and just working the business and not only helping herself to have more income residually, but also giving other people the same opportunity to do the same. A lot of times people say, well, I don't know if this person's going to be interested or this person likes blogging or doesn't. And what I like to always share with people is don't make decisions for other people. Share with them what you're doing and let them make up their own mind. You'll be surprised. The people you feel are not interested, those are the first ones to get started and be like, thank you so much for showing me this. And then the ones that you thought are interested and they're going to bring the whole world in this thing. Oh, just wait. And maybe they're not into it for whatever reason. And a lot of times when people say, well, Robert or Yelena or Tyler or Shayla or anyone, I'm not interested. I just love hearing that sometimes because this is my response. I'll tell you, I told Allie this and she was like, do you really say that? What I say is, what part aren't you interested in, making money or helping people? Because that's truly what we're doing here, folks. I mean, break it down. Yeah, we're doing blogging, we're doing self-development, we're growing as a person, which is all stuff we should do anyway. But it comes down to making money and helping people. And if you really want to go a step further, we're helping people to make money too, to continue doing the same thing. So, Yelena, thanks so much for sharing. Obviously, you guys can see the beauty she has. Like, I just get like mesmerized with her speaking and her on the screen because her eyes with the shirt. I'm just like, she's like glowing. Oh man, unbelievable.
Man, I love people. I love them.
We see it in the voice.
I'll give out all my income. I don't keep it. I give it to people.
It's so evident. It's so evident. You without you saying it, we see it. We see it. It's so true. But without further ado, Sheila, thanks so much for coming out on the panel with us tonight. Like I said, Sheila is making things happen, and she's continuing to live her life. I mean, right now I may be wrong. It looks like she's in a location where she has internet access, and she's making her commitment to be on here, right? It's so powerful,
right.
The internet. Thanks for having you on, Sheila. Please share with us your heart.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, you actually caught me at the gym.
I was gonna say that. Is that Planet Fitness? I didn't want to,
Yes!
just in case you were like, just in case you were like, Robert, I just painted my house. This is not Planet Fitness.
Yeah, I'm actually here. I've been, the Sunday health hangout that you do.
Nice.
It actually encouraged me to get in and stop procrastinating and get fit.
That is awesome. Even Allie is clapping in the background, Sheila.
Oh, thank you, Allie.
Hi, Sheila.
Hi. Yeah, I have people walking by looking at me like, what is she doing over there? They're really curious. They're like, I know I'm going to be talking to a lot of people when I get done. Because they're like pretty much waiting out there for me to get off of here so they could talk to me.
Aww. Yeah, well, that's awesome. Please share, yeah.
Yeah. I love Empire Network. I love everything about it. The personal development, everything. Just, I just blog daily and put it out there. Talk to people. A lot. Well, I had a person recently send me a message and ask me, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yeah, how are you?" He said, "How are you being able to go here and there in the middle of the day and homeschool your kids?" And I said, "Well, I just work part-time. I'm just, online marketing. And just blogging a couple hours a day and, reading books." And he's like, "Wow, do you have a website?" I was like, "Yeah," so I sent it to him. So, yeah, I've been getting a lot of leads every day. Every day I get a lot of leads. And just people, just talking to people and putting content out there, good content. I'm going to start with videos, coaching and different things. But, yeah, I love it. I can't wait for the blog beats. I'm so excited about that.
It's amazing because as easy as it is now, you know what I mean? It's just, they literally put like millions into the platform just to make it even easier, and I think that's so cool that people recognize the differences in your life. Like, people say, how are you going from here to there and being able to work part-time? How do you do? See, to the real world, to the work, right? To the outside world, so to say, it's like that. How is that possible? How do you make that happen?
Right.
It's so, how does that feel to be able to like share that opportunity with other people, like to share a way that they can do it for themselves too? How does that feel for you, Sheila?
I love it. I feel so good because it's like you see all these people struggling, and I see them going to work, and they struggle to get up in the morning to go to work, and then they come home and they're tired, and they don't have time to spend with their children, and I'm like, gosh, I'm like, how can they do that? Because I'm like, man, I'd love to help them, But it's like sometimes you present it and they're not interested because they really don't understand. But they want, they really are curious, but they're scared of the change, and they think, oh, I can't do that because I don't know how to blog. I don't even know what blogging is. But, you try to show them and explain to them, look, this is what I'm doing. And then they sit in and they're like, wow, that's pretty simple. It is pretty simple, but it's just, they say, well, I might get into it, I might do it, and then they get, start procrastinating. If they don't sign up that day, then, eventually they start forgetting about it. So I just come back to them with it and start following up with them and saying, hey, don't you want to be free? Don't you want some freedom? And then what I do is I take more pictures. I go out, wherever I go, I take pictures of me and my daughter, and we just start posting them everywhere, and I always put my little link. Or I put my pictures out there, and I put my link on my picture with some kind of, comment or, on the picture. And so that's been, wow, that's been working a lot. But yeah, I mean, they see what I'm doing and they get excited. I noticed a lot of people are watching me more than I thought. I didn't know so many people were watching me, but it came to find out that lots of people are. There's people out there watching you that you don't even know are watching you.
Man, I got to comment on a few things you said, Sheila, because you hit some gold nuggets. I mean, first, that is so true that you don't know how many people are watching you, but I will tell you, people are watching what you're doing. Whether you think they are or they're not, they are watching you. And you know what? Even if there's someone that may not be ready to make a decision, like you said, Sheila, there's some people that they want that change, they want that freedom, but for some reason it's something inside that may stop them. And that happens, okay. But what happens is those pictures that you post up, you know how powerful they are because people don't want to know really what you're doing. They want to know how you're living. And when they see pictures of you and your daughter and you hanging out and having a good time, they're like, how are you doing that when I'm working in the office right now?
Exactly. I get a lot of that. They're like, how is she doing this? She's a single mom and she homeschools her kids, plus she goes to church and her daughter does youth and they help at the church. How is she doing all this? How can she do all this stuff at one time? Because I only work a couple of hours a day, so I really have a lot of freedom, a lot more freedom because, you know, I have it scheduled out. I read my Bible at 3 o'clock in the morning, get up, start blogging. After that, come to the gym and teach my girls a little bit, and then I'm finished. And if anybody needs my help, I'm available to help them.
That is so awesome. You know, I just love the fact that, you know, you said not only, you know, that, you know, you're so excited to help other people to get started too, is that, you know, the hangout we do, because we have a hangout, if you're watching this right now with us, we have a hangout on Sunday too, where it's all about health and, you know, living a healthier lifestyle and eating right and exercising. And I think that's so cool, Sheila, that you mentioned that inspired you to get started, because sometimes we need to be around that environment to really help us. And that's so cool that, you know, you see, the thing is, people actually all have a choice to be successful and live the life they want to live. What do you think it is that really may stop some people from taking action? And what would you say to somebody who's watching this right now and just saying, can I get started? What would you say to, like, the newest person, more or less?
I think a lot of people are scared of change. But change is a part of life. Regardless, you know, you're going to get older, you're not going to get any younger. Change is a part of life. It's always going to be change. Every day is a new day. You know, you're never going to be able to go back. Time, once it's spent, it's spent. You can't go back. You know, and I also say time is love. I was just talking, you would not believe this lady, the president at the bank, literally took my card and was like asking me all about the Empower Network, and I was like, wow. She had me sitting there explaining to her, and like all these people came and surrounded me, and my card just went, choo, choo, choo. I started giving out cards. I'm like, okay. Didn't expect that. But anyway, get back on subject. I'd say just do it, because if you wait, you know, you start having this fear and the thoughts, and they're like, well, you know, what if I spend the money and I don't make any? It's fear. It's just fear. You have to overcome it by facing it and just doing it. You know, just jump in. When you signed me up, when I first met you, Robert, I was half asleep in the middle of the night, and I just knew I could trust you. It's just something. I mean, I just felt so led, and I felt like the Holy Spirit was just leading me. So I said, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm doing it. I saw the potential. I didn't even really understand it. I didn't understand it at all. Didn't really know too much about blogging or anything, but I just knew there was a reason for this. So I just did it. And I mean, I can touch more people through a blog than, you know, pretty much walking up talking. So, you know, I can blog about whatever I'm going through, what I learned at church, just different things, you know, what I taught my kids today, you know, and just anything.
Wow.
And you can reach more people like that.
That's powerful.
online.
I'm just
Yeah.
excited because your income is increasing. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that too, but I know that, I mean, that's how it works. You help other people, new members come on board, which I see you welcoming them in the group and adding. I'm like, man, I'm so glad not only to have other people being touched, but I'm just like, I'm so freaking happy for Sheila because her income just continues to increase. And listen, folks, if you're on this hangout, it's $25 to get started. Don't underestimate that for the power of getting started, because sometimes we look at such a low price point and we're like, should I really take it that serious? Which is understandable, but we're sharing with you, to take it so serious. Take it as one of the opportunities that may not come again. And like Sheila said, you don't want to be, years down the line looking back, I should have done this, or like Yelena mentioned. But I think that's so powerful, to know that you're just providing more freedom for yourself too, because people ask you, well, Sheila, how are you able to do this and do this at these times and all that? And while you're helping other people to see what you're doing and for them to get started, you're just creating more freedom in your life even more as well, right? Because then you have more income coming in as well, and you mentioned you're working part-time. Well, soon enough, you may have the option that you may not have to if you're working outside of Empower, or is working online full-time for you, Sheila?
Really, it's full time.
Oh,
Actually,
okay,
this is
cool.
all I do. I don't do anything else but. I was doing another network. I was doing another marketing company, but actually, I'm focused right now solely on Empower Network. I'm building it. This is what I'm doing because I love it, because of the personal development and how the inner circle, audios are helping, and I mean, they really are helping. And so it's just so encouraging. And when I'm encouraged, I get out there and encourage other people. My daughter tells me I talk a lot. She says,
Well, we
Mom, all
love
you
that.
do is empower, empower, empower. I'm like, well, I can't help it. What goes in must come out.
Exactly. No, it's so true. It helps us to grow, and we love that. We love that. I just get so excited for you, Sheila. I'm looking forward to like your first $10,000 month. And right or wrong, I mean, having you on stage, and I'm not just saying this, I look forward to that. Like that'll be so freaking cool. I know you're excited for that. But I'm just so glad to have passionate people on the team as well, like you are. Like, it's so obvious that you enjoy what you do. You love your life. I mean, you love the time you're able to spend with your daughter and just do what life is really meant to be. I mean, to enjoy it. Like you mentioned earlier, a lot of people working all day, working all night, and then they don't even have time for themselves. Like you said, they're finished with work, they get home, they're so exhausted. It's so true. It's like, where do you find the energy for yourself too? And then, what happens is we work, right? If we work a job, it's like 5 days a week for the job, and then we get 2. When it should probably be the other way around. You work 2, and then 5 is for
Right?
you.
Right. Yeah. Because I like to travel, and I just get up and go because I know that I can work anywhere. I don't have to be just stuck at home. I mean, I don't have to be at an office all day. I can just go anywhere. You see, I'm at Planet Fitness. So I can be anywhere. I go to the park. I take my kids. They can do the homework out there, recess, just different things. And I like to take them to different places like at the zoo and stuff. And when people approach me, I talk to them. They ask me what I do, and I start telling them.
That is so awesome. Sheila, you are awesome. And you know what? I appreciate your commitment. The fact that, moments before we start to hang out sometimes, you're just willing. You're just, hey, Robert, I'll be on the panel. I'm there. I just think that's so powerful that, you feel you want to share with other people too. Because, listen, folks, if you're watching this right now, decide to join. Join right now because, and why I could say that is because, I mean, you can hear the conviction in Sheila's voice and how passionate she is about not only helping herself to grow an income and live a lifestyle that she deserves, but to also share it with other people. It's so powerful, and you deserve it as well. It's certainly something we don't take for granted. And I continue, I get goosebumps while we talk about this because when I think back at, working all day and all night, Allie and I were talking about it the other day, Sheila, and we were just like you just mentioned earlier, people ask you, how do you do what you do? I ask people, how do you do what you do? How do you live a life where, you know, and listen, I love everyone, appreciate everyone, but, you know, a lot of times they have the option, or maybe they don't know there's a way. They don't know there's a way to. And you brought up a great point. It's the fear. But this might help someone too. See, Sheila brought up a good point about fear, right? Fear is what prevents us from getting started or maybe change. But one thing that I always ask myself is, what's the alternative? If I continue to let that fear get in the way, or I continue not to change anything, then guess what? Nothing's going to change. Exactly. So maybe I should be more scared of being in the same situation, the same position, and nothing changing, rather than being more afraid than getting started. So outweigh the differences and put that fear more towards, you know, hey, let me make sure I change something. You know, let me make sure I decide to get started, so I could give myself the opportunity to really change. So that's so powerful, Sheila. Thanks so much for sharing. If you have some more words as well, please share. If not, we'll keep this rolling.
Yeah, I mean, they'll never know if they don't try. You can't knock it before you try. You've got to. You know, I mean, just never know.
Exactly.
I just say, get in, get started.
Get in or get out, right? Get in or get out. No. Hey, listen, I say that. Why I say it like that is because we're only looking for people who truly are serious, truly that want to change their life. You know, listen, you're here. We've been on the Hangout for like an hour. We'll be wrapping up in a bit, but you're here till this point because you know you feel right about something. Sheila mentioned earlier, you know, her and I were talking on Facebook at one point, and it was half the middle of the night, but she felt something was right. She knew inside that, you know what? What's the alternative? You know, and truth be told, $25, a lot of times we'll use that fear or that fear of change or whatever for a decision that's like, you know, maybe like Yelena said in the training, in thousands of dollars to get started with something. But for $25, it's certainly something that eliminates excuses, eliminates anything from getting in the way. So, Sheila, look forward to so much more. It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. So, thanks so much again.
I'm sorry.
No,
something just came to me.
Sure, please.
Yeah, because $25 is not really anything. A lot of people say, well, where am I going to get that? Well, if you do your nails and you do your feet and you're constantly going to the beauty shop, then that's that extra money that you can use for that. If you're sitting at those machines playing that game, you know, those games, then that's money right there. If you're buying cigarettes and liquor, then that's your money. You know, you can get the money from anywhere. $25. Come on, you can save that up.
Yeah, and you know what? Just exchange the, you know, just start buying regular coffee instead of Starbucks coffee.
Right.
You know, that'll be the difference in savings right there. But
yeah, there's so many ways of doing it. There's so many ways of coming up with it. You know, I'm not talking about, you know, like international, but I'm talking about the people over here who have those excuses, because you really have no excuse. You know.
Yeah, and you know what? Really quick, if you want it bad enough, you'll find the resources. You'll make it happen. You know, and for those of you that are on the team right now, and when you come on board, if you just decided to come on board, congratulations. We welcome you. We're so happy for you. But there are other products within Empower Network, and depending on how high you upgrade, it actually allows you to earn more commissions. So why I bring that up is because Sheila brought up a great point. It's like if let's say it's the Costa Rica or the 15K formula or the master's course that we have not yet purchased, all we do, and Sheila knows this, is we ask the universe, we find the resources, and we'll make it happen. You know, it's something that we have a decision to literally make happen. The only thing that's stopping us, the only thing, is believing if it's worth it, and as soon as we believe that it is, that's all that's in the way. So it's so true. It's so true. Find the resources, and again, we're talking about some of the higher products, but you know, for the $25, we know you'll find a way. We know you'll find a way to get started. So awesome. Great point. All right, well, without further ado, and last but not least, we were going to have a few other panelists, but that's okay. You know, Tyler is here with us, and last but not least, I just want to introduce Tyler. You know, he's new on the team. He's done a lot of ventures online as well, and this guy is a pure genius. I mean, that's all I got to say, and that's pretty much the intro. No, but he's somebody who comes from the heart. He's somebody that literally and genuinely wants to help other people. And when you hear him speak, he speaks in the future. You know, he's someone that you would say he lives in the future. And why I say that is because he thinks of things a lot differently than most people, and he looks at things differently than most people. Why? Well, one, he's unique in his own way, which we all are. But two, he's genius with what he says. He sees things in a way that, you know, he sees more possibilities. He knows that there's room for a lot of growth here, and he gives me ideas. He's like, Robert, why don't we do this with the Hangout page, or why don't we do this? And the suggestions and the ideas, they're not taken for granted. Honestly, they're highly appreciated, and that's what we have on the team are people like Sheila, Yelena, Tyler, and all the other leaders and teammates that all want to contribute to making our team, you know, the best it possibly can, and uplifting one another. So, Tyler, you're a freaking pure example of that, and I appreciate rocking and rolling and working with you, man. So, love to hear what you have to share, and what do you feel about this Blog Beast? What's the big deal about this thing?
I'll show you a Blog Beast right now. It's actually a sleeping Blog Beast, as you can see, but he's just kind of passed out here. But, you know, and I'll tell you something. I saw a Facebook post that went viral. You always see those viral Facebook posts. They got like 100 likes, 100 shares, 100 comments. And one of the ones that I saw is that we had Facebook back in ancient Egypt times, right? Because there are people posting and writing on walls, and there's also people worshiping cats. Which, that was very funny to me, because you see a lot of cat posts going viral on Facebook too. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why the Blog Beast is so important. And I'll even get into detail. You know, I like to give value before I tell my story. I just want to jump right into this, though, because I'm thinking about it. But when you do a Facebook post and people click on that post, let's say you got 1,000 friends, and 10 of them click it, and they read your post, right? That's 10 traffic for Facebook, right? And you know Facebook puts those little ads on the side of your timeline or your wall or whatever you want to call it, your profile. Those little ads make Facebook money. That's why Facebook's now a billion-dollar company, right? Now, how did they get so big so fast? How did Facebook get so big so fast? They gave a valuable product away for free, just like Google gives you the search service free, billion-dollar company, right? Empower Network is the next billion-dollar company, and I'll tell you why they're not giving something away for free. If you look at it from one perspective, if you look at it from the perspective of, oh, I have to pay $25 to get in, it's not free, then you look at that perspective and you're like, it costs $25 to get in. You know, it costs money. What are they doing that's free, like Google or Facebook? Well, let me change your perspective for a bit. These guys have just invested $3 million of their own money into creating what is going to be called the Blog Beast, which is basically a way for you to put your thoughts. You can put the news. You can be your own news reporter. Put whatever you think about any given moment of the day straight from your phone onto your own personal website, which will be like your Facebook page. However, any ads that you have on your website will make you money, not Facebook money. Now, Facebook's a great thing. You know, it's a great tool. But if we empower people to make their own money by doing exactly what Facebook and Google's doing, and that's simply getting other people to look at your stuff. Here's the thing. People love to buy stuff. You go into Walmart, you think you're going to buy a steak, you end up buying that candy bar in the extra aisle section before you check out, right? People love to buy stuff. They love you buy a random toy because you saw, hey, I wanted this, right? Same thing with the internet. If you're on the internet, chances are you're going to buy something sooner or later. It might be a t-shirt, it might be a video, it might be something for your cat. You can buy anything on the internet. And wherever you buy it from, if you buy it because you saw it on Facebook or Google, Facebook and Google gets paid. That's all a blog is you just talk about you. You talk about your life. You talk about whatever, and you get paid, right? I'll tell you what a blog is. A blog is where Facebook meets GoDaddy.com. Because really, you're doing the same thing you're doing on Facebook. You're just posting stuff, pictures, quotes, status, whatever, the news, right? You talk about Obama. That's a blog post. It's easy stuff, right? And then you're getting paid for it, right? Instead of Facebook. See, that's why it's profitable for Facebook to let you have a free profile, right? So you can let Facebook get all that money, or you can purchase. Here's what a blog is. It's online real estate, right? You purchase your own house on the internet or your own business on the internet, right? Because just like traffic going down the street at that McDonald's, any traffic going through the internet, people viewing web pages, is the same. And for most people, it's money. For Facebook, it's money. It can be money for you if you simply allow it to be. Make that change that say, you know what? I don't want Facebook to take all my money. I want to start blogging, right? So what is so different about the blog beast, right? Why are we calling it the beast? Well, not long ago, when Empower Network was founded back in 2011, we actually grew so fast. We grew very fast. I mean, we went to the top 200 websites in the world in less than a year, right? Facebook saw that as a threat. Here's how corporations work. If it costs them money, they cut it loose, right? The government, all corporations, anywhere, if it costs them money and they can avoid having to have that expense, they cut it loose. So what does Facebook do? They block EmpowerNetwork.com. They block the domain, which is a good thing, right? That's not a bad thing. A lot of people saw that as a bad thing. Remember, when you get into our team, our inner circle of people, you learn how by simply changing the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You can look at a bad thing as a good thing. You can literally transmute shit into gold, and I know it's possible because I've done it, right? You can take the worst things that have ever happened to you in your life and, as if by magic, find a way that, oh, this actually is the best thing that ever happened to me, because if it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't, me personally, I had a life tragedy. I would not have met my current soulmate had that tragedy not happened to me, right? And it's like that every single time in your life. That's what you begin to think like that when you get on our team, right? So just having this whole blog on the internet, that's just one thing, right? That's just one way of making money. There's infinite ways of making money. And you kind of start to have all these ideas when you get in this team atmosphere. And let me tell you, for $25 a month, are you kidding me? You pay $5,000 a semester to go to college, and then they make you buy $800 in books, and you can't even sell the books the next semester because they're outdated. And even if you can sell the books, you're getting 10%. They're ripping people off, and people have the audacity to get on the internet and say that everything on the internet is a scam. I'll tell you, maybe 5% of the stuff on the internet is scams, right? But one bad apple apparently spoils the whole bunch for a lot of people, right? They just throw you under the bus with all the other problems. And I'll tell you, 95% of the time, the other 95%, it's a legitimate business. But because of the person's perspective, remember, perspective is key here. Because of the person's perspective, they didn't do the assigned tasks, right? Because the education system that you go through, that your taxes pay for, the education system literally programs people to ask someone else what to do next, to follow the teacher, follow the leader, not think for themselves, right? You get on the internet, and I'll say this, the strongest obstacle, the biggest problem is learning how to think for yourself 24/7 and actually boss yourself, take initiative and say, you know what, these people gave me a nice tidbit of information. I should apply this idea. Oh, you know what, I think I'll go watch South Park. Or no, I think I'd rather go to sleep early. No, you got to boss yourself, right? And if you hang around us, you'll get more of that self-control, right? That's one of the number one keys of success is self-control. Right? And currently, one of the keys of success is being on the internet, right? If we were 100 years ago, there would be no internet, but I'll tell you what there would be, a team. You would have to have a team environment. Thanks to the internet, you don't have to hitch up a horse and ride to your teammate's house. You don't have to put gas in your car and spend $5 going to a teammate. No, it's right here in your home. Now, I know maybe you got pets. I got my pet. He's sitting right here. I know there's video games all around me. I could be playing video games. No, I'm here on this hangout. Why? Because I have self-control. You can learn that self-control, and you can do anything. You can do anything, all right? Man got to the moon when the naysayer said he couldn't. Man invents the horseless carriage when the naysayer said he couldn't, right? There was no special man that did any one of those things, and they're all different people. A lot of women, too, right? A lot of inventions, and it was all because they took self-control on an idea they had, and they had a team of people that helped them do it. We're that team, and we're here to help you do whatever the hell you want. Excuse my language, I love you, but I like to use powerful words, because if I use powerful words, maybe it will empower you to make a decision and say, hey, this could be something for me. This, it's a lot cheaper than college. I don't have to spend gas. I make 100% commissions. Are you kidding me? This is a no-brainer, right? And that's why this business is growing so fast. That's why this is now under a lot of the industry leaders' opinions, the #1 multi-level marketing company. I don't even know if it's multi-level. I don't think Empower is. I think it's network marketing. I don't know what the specific term is. I don't care. What I know is that this is one of the very few and rare businesses that you will get into in your entire life that actually pays you to help other people, right? Now, if someone gets in and they don't do anything, and then they quit, and then they say, oh, you took my $25. Don't think that you're not helping them, right? They're learning a powerful lesson in and of itself that they didn't do anything, and that's why they got a bad result. Sometimes they'll complain, but that's just, that's the bare truth. I want to be upfront and transparent. There will be a lot of people who get in this and have massive success. The percentages of people who get in this business who are succeeding is so much higher than any other business across the board. And I could prove that to you. You can just search statistics. They even have their own income disclaimer on their website. However, there are still people, even in a business this great, even in a business this easy, there are people who fail. And I'll put it to you this way. I'll tell you how easy it is to succeed in Empower Network, right? If I gave you a coloring book, right, for a 3-year-old, and I said color every single page between the lines, anyone can do that. Anyone can color all the cartoons in between the lines, right? But not everyone's going to finish. Not everyone's going to color every single page. You see what I'm saying? It really is as easy as coloring a coloring book, right? But you have to finish the entire book. I hope that analogy makes sense. It really is that easy. And all I can tell you is you just have to get started, and then you have to not stop. And if you can take a break, but you just can't stop, right? Don't get in, write half a blog post, save it, then go watch, The Simpsons or football or the news, or you get that phone call. See, there's some self-control. Turn your phone off, right? One of the things we teach, right, our leader, David Wood, says, read the 4-Hour Work Week, right? We read it in 4-Hour Work Week. He says, have scheduled times where your phone is off, where no one can call you. Your life is more important, right? It's like Sheila was saying, you're growing older every single day. You're growing older. You have limited time, right? Why do you want to waste that time where someone who doesn't respect you and is always being mean to you calls you just to rant about another bad day that they've had, when really it could have been a good day, but they only focus on the bad stuff? Let me tell you something. I stepped in dog doo-doo today. I stepped in dog doo-doo, and I lost $40. But you know what? Today's one of the best days of my life. I rinsed that crap off. The cats even pooped. They missed the litter box and pooped on the bathroom mattress, right? So we had 2 events of doo-doo today, and today was not a shitty day. Today was a great day. I found $40 in the trash. I found $40 in the trash. You know how happy that makes me? And I don't have to spend it on gas because I'm in an internet marketing business. So I can spend that $40 on whatever I want, right? Not only that, today's a great day. I had sex with my girlfriend. If you think that that is not an appropriate thing to say on a hangout, then you must not be over the age of 21. And, you know, I'm sorry. I will apologize to anyone who thinks that sex, you know, that's how you were born, right? If you're not having sex, if you're not living with your soulmate, if you're not free to do what you want, if you're working 9 to 5 every single day just to make a paycheck that's not even paying off your mortgage, you're a slave, right? And what we are in business for is to free people from that slavery. Watch the movie The Matrix, right? There's a good metaphor in that movie that represents the slavery. Watch V for Vendetta, right? There's all kinds of artists that are trying to tell people in their own way that the system is corrupt, the corporations and the governments are taking advantage of you. The college system is actually constructed to keep and perpetuate that system of people going just to work for someone else, right? No, you have to be your own boss. And now that we have the internet, everybody can be their own boss. Every single person now can be their own boss. And honestly, let me tell you something. I know, I've been here before. I've been in points in my life where I was so broke, I couldn't even afford $25. I had points where I had negative worth. I had negative $400 plus bank fees and no gas, no way to buy food. You know what? I've never starved. There's always been someone there to give me food, to take care of me. So that's what I want to extend to you is if you cannot even afford $25 to be a part of this team, David Wood and David Sharp put $3 million in new technology to get us back on the grid again. Remember I told you how Facebook blocked us, right? Well, now everyone has their own domain. You can't possibly block infinite domain names, right? It's just impossible. You know, Facebook would just have to block themselves. You know what I'm saying? You can get that for $25. If you go to GoDaddy.com and purchase your own website, you're going to be paying $17, right? So basically, for $8 a month, you're getting the most badass, amazing, intelligent, freedom-oriented team, mentorship trainers, teachers you could ever possibly imagine, who they're not like the college professor who all they care about is your tuition, and if you don't make 100, you have to pay to take the damn class all over again. No, if you fail any of our courses, you get to try it again for free. You don't have to take the whole course all over again. My God, this is the most absolute best opportunity in the history of mankind, right? I don't even know if there's a better opportunity possible. I mean, you know, we can go farther than the moon. We can land on Mars, right? We still have places that we can go in outer space. There are new paradigms of technology opening all over the place. But I do not think you could possibly get a better offer in business than this. I don't think ever there will be a better business opportunity than this, because this is it, you know. 100% commissions to free people? I would have freed people for free. Now I'm getting paid to do it. This is stupidly, ridiculously awesome, right? And it's funny because some people, they have a habit. It's like a smoking addiction, right? I had a video game addiction. It's like a I'm addicted to my cat, okay? That's a healthy addiction, right? You got to develop healthy addictions in life, right? And you got to kill those negative addictions where, oh, everything on the internet's a scam. I'm not going to try anything. I'm just going to keep going 9 to 5, making $10 an hour. But after FEMA, FICA, Medicare, Medicaid, taxes, gas, insurance to own the car to drive to the job, you're making about $1 an hour. Guys, $1 an hour. Your life is worth infinitely more than that. And when you make money in Empower Network, or indirectly because you own a blog on the internet, so you're getting Google AdSense, you're selling Amazon affiliate products, there's an infinite different ways you can make money. Infinite ways you can make money by simply owning a blog and or website on the internet, right? Once you're making that money and actually helping people, you are literally infinitely wealthier, right? Because wealth is not just money. It's two kind of businesses in the world, businesses that help people and businesses that hurt people. True wealth is when you've made your money helping people. All right, let me tell you something. The government, insurance companies, I hate to say it, but 90% of what college represents, right? There's some good in college, and I know there's some graduates out there who are probably hating on me, but I'm saying this. I went to college. I'm a dropout, and I had particular reasons why I dropped out. 90% of those businesses, insurance companies, banks, the whole lot of them are not in business to help people. They're only in business to make money, and they don't care if they have to start a war, which they do. They start wars and kill millions of people so they can make more money, right? When you're in business to do the opposite, when you're in business, and I'll tell you something, so many people in Empower Network, they take that money, they send it to kids in Africa. They send it to kids in America who are starving, right? That's what we're in business for, is changing the world for the better, right? You have nowhere else in time, history, or geographic location can you find a better opportunity than here right now. We'll have this webinar again next week, right? But if you join next week, it'll be now then, right? So your opportunity is here now. It always has been here and now for you to make the decision here and now to change your life and just join. Come on board. Oh, captain, my captain, we will captain you, and then you can become your own captain. Get on board our ship and unleash the beast within. I'm telling you, there's a saying that says the truth is like a lion, right? You do not have to defend a lion. You just have to set it free. Well, the truth, once you set it free, is unstoppable. And that's really what a blog is you're just, I mean, you can get on a blog and speak lies, right? You can get on a blog and spread drama and talk about celebrity gossip and the regular bullshit that you see in the news, or you can get on a blog and spread truth. Well, I'm telling you, if we get enough people across the planet to all blog at the same time and talk about truth, talk about a new currency that's come out that's going to free the people, talk about how we ended a war, right? If enough people all blog about the same thing, it literally changes the entire focus and consciousness of the planet, right? That's far out stuff, right? The fact that you can get paid money right now to do it, it's like, okay, someone would have to, there's no amount of money you could pay me not to do that. You know, someone couldn't bribe me. It's impossible. You know, the government would have to put me in jail to stop me from doing this. That's what I'm telling you, man. So if you want to live your life with passion, it's not just about making money. But if you want to make some more money, by all means, click the register button. You know, everything everyone said, Yelena, Sheila, Robert, they've all had difficult times in their life. And the one thing we all agree on is once we became our own boss, started making more money with more time freedom and less effort, right? And now there's a lot of effort up front, but once you get in the groove of things, it's like learning to ride a bicycle. Once you learn to balance it, it's easy, right? Once you learn to blog, it's easier. There's a little bit of effort up front. I'm just going to be honest with you, you know, because I want you to make an informed decision. But there's nothing better out there. That's an informed decision right there. It's going to be difficult, but what isn't in life? You know, get in, get started, focus on it, and do it. Right? Get your butt in this opportunity, or consider what other options you have. Right? I'm going to leave it there. You have those other options, and then you got this. My life story in a nutshell is I've been homeless. I was suicidal. I wanted to kill myself because I was bullied in school. I never thought I would get a girlfriend. I dropped out of college. Everyone told me that my life was over. I wasn't going to amount to anything because I'm now a college dropout, and you can't go back to college. I'm stuck with $20,000 student debt, right? But then I get in this society of marketers and positive thinking people, and really, it doesn't matter what business you join. If you get in any business, you'll find positive people like us. Right, but I will tell you have to be in something on the internet, because if you're not around that positive environment of people, you're going to be around negative people, and that's literally why I wanted to kill myself. Like, life is a blessing, right? But I used to, honest to God, be suicidal because I was so depressed. I was around so many negative people who were always either telling me I couldn't do it or telling me bad things about myself that weren't even true, just because they had bad things about themselves. that they weren't willing to admit, so they have to put that energy on someone else. That's how it works. All of that in a history, been homeless twice. I got to tell you, life is difficult everywhere else, but here, it finally makes sense, and I've never been happier. My girlfriend's asleep right now. We can sleep and work whenever we want. Our sleep schedule, we sleep twice a day for about 3 to 4 hours. We just wake up whenever we want. No alarm clock. I get to see the sunrise. I get to see the sunset. I get to be awake in the middle of the night and listen to the crickets chirp. It's amazing. I couldn't do that if I was still working construction. I used to be in construction, and I was miserable, right? I mean, no wonder. I'm hot-natured. No wonder I wanted to kill myself. But, yeah, man, this long story short, I'm living the dream now. This is the house that I'm in. This is my office. This room is the room that I grew up in as a baby in a little crib, right? Mm-hmm. I'm living in my childhood home of, that my parents were going to have to sell, right? But now they're not going to have to sell it. I'm taking it from them, and they got their nice lake house now. It wouldn't be possible if not for Empower Network, right? I was in 4 other businesses for Empower Network, and I lost money in them all. I didn't have no support, didn't have a team. This, as long as you log on to Facebook daily, you'll see us, you'll hear about us, check your email, you'll hear from us daily. We're here for your success, and if you get in and you actually take action, it's impossible not to succeed, right? Just like that coloring book. If you grab the freaking crayons and just color every picture, it's impossible not to complete the coloring book, is it not? Now, some people, they'll get bored and they'll stop. They won't fill out every page, but if you get in this and you do the work, fill in the pictures, right? Color between the lines, that's simple. Follow the instructions, and you will complete this. And you can make, let's say you make $500 a month extra. $500 a month is when you're not spending $20 a day in gas, right? $500 a month can go a long way. Let's say you make $100 a month. That's the water bill. You never have to pay the water bill again for the rest of your life, right? We can think small, right? Small steps lead to large steps. There's so much here, and I could go on and on and on and on and on. I could just continue on about how passionate I am about this new way of life, because it's literally why I'm still alive today. So, like I said, I've got tons and tons of stories I can tell, tons of metaphors. It's just, and I want to respect everyone's time, so I'll cut it short at that. But, it's saved my life. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's why I've met my girlfriend, and it's how I met my new best friend, Robert, through this company, specifically this company, Empower Network, right? And they blocked us on Facebook. Well, the blog beast will make it unblockable, right? Because you can't block the beast. A lion once unleashed, the truth once unleashed, it's unstoppable. You can't stop the beast. So if you don't get with the beast, then
prepare to fight the beast.
You're gone. Either ride with the beast or ride out. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, Tyler.
Appreciate you, Robert, and about the intro, brother. Like, I really appreciate that. That really made me feel good, because back in my history, people used to think I was gay. People used to call me names and say my ideas were stupid, or I don't know, man. But that really touched my heart, the nice things you said about me. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate what you said, Sheila, and what you said, Elena, and the nice things that y'all say about my cat. Because he's like a son to me. I never even thought I'd be a dad or married. I'm not married, but I very well could marry this girl. I never thought I would even have a girlfriend, and now I'm living with all the time in the world, do whatever I want, and awesome friends like you guys to hang out with here. What is today? Tuesday? I don't even have to know what day of the week it is.
I'm totally.
But it's a pleasure being with you guys. Appreciate you, brother.
Wow. Well, Tyler, first I want to say, man, that's freaking awesome that I mean, everything you shared, we could end the hangout right there.
Yeah.
Click the button below. We'll see you guys next week. No, but, you know, truth be told, I mean, you know, first of all, hey, I wanted to let you know, bro, stepping in poop, that's actually good luck. That's probably how you found the $40. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
That's the secret behind the $40. But, you know, just hearing your story, man, and really sharing with us what you've been through and how, you know, little things like, you know, getting started with Empower Network and being, you know, connected with us and you and I connecting too, how literally it saved your life in ways. I mean, that's so powerful, man. And you know how you thank me for saying the nice things to intro you, bro? See, what happens is that when it comes natural, when you speak from your heart and you speak natural, people pick up on that. You know, there's a lot of people that can say this and say that, and I appreciate you, and you know when it's genuine because your spirit will recognize truth. And when your spirit recognizes truth, that's a lot of times why you'll see me while you guys are speaking. I'm a sensitive guy, and I'll say that. I don't care. I'll tear sometimes while you guys are speaking. Like, Tyler, when you're sharing your story, man, like inside I'm freaking crying because, you know, so many people deserve so much better, man. So many people deserve not to be told the things that people feel themselves. Like you mentioned, the friends that said this and said that about you. How dare them? You know, how dare them? You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. Listen, I may have been somebody who, you know, may have, you know, said something not nice to somebody one day, or we all have our, you know, things that we do, and we look back. Yeah. You might have as well, right? You're like, yeah, I called them something back. Those a-holes. No, but you know, but the truth is like being in an environment, man, where you just feel so connected with the people you work with, man. Like I feel so blessed to be on the same team as Sheila and Tyler and Yelena and all the other leaders on the team and the teammates. It just feels so right. And the fact, like you said, man, you can listen to the crickets at the end of in the middle of the night. You know, you sleep twice, a couple of hours. Like when you're speaking, I'm relating so much with you because Allie and I do the same thing. Heck, man,
yeah,
bro, I'll tell you the truth. Sex with her puts a smile on my face, man. I just gotta tell you.
Yeah,
it is a beautiful thing. And you know what? You shouldn't feel ashamed to bring that up. And you mentioned, you know, the fact, if some people are insulted, you know, or offended. But the truth is, folks, it is a beautiful part of life. And you deserve that too, you know. Besides,
most people are being denied that because they ain't got time to even go out and court women. They're so stuck with their jobs, and then or if they ain't got a job, they're job hunting all day long. I know people who've been on 1,000 job interviews.
And bro,
you ain't got time for sex if you're doing all that.
Well, you gotta practice different methods, right? That's all. No, but anyway, bro. With you breaking down, I mean, you literally hit it on the target when you said when someone works for $10 an hour with the gas, with this, with Social Security, and this being taken out of your check and that, and you literally, I mean, you broke it down. You're working for $1 or $2 an hour. And you are so right, man. We are worth so much more. You know, the only thing that stops us from where we are to what we're really worth, you know, if you really put a dollar sign to what you're worth, I promise you, anyone that's on the Hangout right now, if you're watching this and you're saying, yeah, Robert, I'm interested in knowing what I'm worth, there is not a price. It literally is priceless. Your worth is infinite. You can do things that you've never imagined you can do if you put your mind to it. We always hear this. Yeah, put your mind to it, read daily, you know, learn from different people. And guys, the reason why you hear it all the time, and please, don't allow it to be numb when you hear it. Don't allow yourself to get numb to that. Because a lot of times we hear it so often, we're like, tell me the real secret. I really want to know what makes Tyler so inspirational when he speaks and so powerful. Well, you want to know what it is? It's the hair. No, I'm only kidding. That's probably part of it, though. That's part of it. I just love his hair, man. It's so freaking cool. But what was the secret is that he believes in what he does. He knows that he helped himself get out of a way of living, and he's, you know, truth is, he's alive today because he put his mind to it. And he said, you know what, regardless of what people tell me I can't do, regardless of what people say about me, they're not living my life. I'm living my life, and I'm going to make sure I live it to the fullest and make it to the top. Why? Because I decide I'm going to do that. And that's so powerful, brother. And I appreciate you sharing because a lot of people may not have the guts to share that, you know, or feel ready to share that. And that's okay, too. But for you to share that, man, you touched myself. I'm sure you touched everyone on the panel as well as on the team also. But I think that's so awesome. And listen, folks, if you're watching this, it's time to get started if you haven't already. If you're on the team, go to your back office and upgrade to the next level. Why? Because we had someone, Dahani, who just upgraded. He won a contest that we held in the team group, and he upgraded to the next product, the 15K formula. So congratulations, Dahani. So proud of you, man. Why? Because, listen, he made a decision to go to the next level. He made it, and by upgrading to the next product, it's not all about just upgrading. It's literally you're upgrading yourself too. Like you're giving yourself the opportunity to learn more of the training, learn more of the marketing. Tyler mentioned some of the Facebook and how he's really good on Facebook as well. Well, there's a lot of training and marketing that we learn in the back office that you already have access to. And the only thing that's stopping you from getting to the next level, sorry to be in your face a little bit, but is yourself. It's yourself. And if you just allow yourself, like Tyler said, I like how he said the analogy about the lion. You don't need to defend it, just let it free, about the truth. Well, the same thing with getting to the next level. Don't defend it. Don't hold yourself back. Let it free. Just upgrade. Go to your back office and click that next product and pull out your credit card if you're just getting started now. Fill out that form and get started. And listen, folks, you'll be so glad you did, like Yelena mentioned earlier, because just like I made a decision, just like Sheila made a decision, and Tyler and Yelena and everyone on the team, that's all where it starts, is making a decision right now, right here, and then reaping the rewards of that decision. Because not only are you going to do well with Empower if you follow the steps and our guidance, a whole nother world is going to open up to you. I'm telling you the truth. Magic happens in your life just from accepting something new and making a new decision, that just doors open up. Like Sheila, she mentioned friends of hers and people that she connects with. They're like, man, I see changes in you. I see you're able to work at all these different hours if you want to, and you're at the park with your kids. And how do you do? What it happens is because of the decision she made, it opened up so many other doors, and people realize and recognize that. And like Tyler said, or I think Yelena, people are watching you, or maybe Sheila mentioned it. People are watching you, whether you believe it or not. And folks, listen, once you make a decision, this is one thing that helped me to make a decision too, and it may help you, is once you make a decision, the people around you, you're also helping them to make a decision. Because they said, you know what, Sheila decided, man, I got to get on board with her. Tyler decided, I got to get on board with him. Yelena, anyone on the team, if you were invited here on the page, you have a specific link up there, and when you join, when you decide to join, by clicking the button below, it'll code to the person who invited you here. So when you become a member too, when you share this page with other people, everyone that gets started, we do all the work, we're doing all the talking and sharing with you. You don't have to be here on the panel if you don't want to, but you get all the money. You get all the sales from it. So, is that fair enough? Is that fair enough? But anyway, folks, listen, we're so excited if you made a decision to come on board. If you actually are still on the fence, decide right now, click the button below, get started. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. And live the life that you truly deserve to live. Guys, appreciate all of you. Love you all. Have a great night. I'm going to be up hey, we decide our own schedule, and you can do that too once you decide to join and live the life to your fullest. So appreciate you. See you next week. We also have Sunday coming up where we have the health hangout that Sheila mentioned, and we have that on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We kind of combine wealth and health together because they truly do go together, and you're more than welcome to invite other people to it. And if you become a member, if you already did, great. If you become a member, you can use your own username to invite people there too, and you get the credit from that as well. So rock and roll. Have a great night, guys. Appreciate you, love you, and we'll see you on Sunday. Take care.